Hey guys, we're a few days into the Steam winter sale, and I'm sure you guys are all excited to grab some new games this holiday season. So I want to give you my picks for the best deals this winter sale. And before we get started, let me just talk about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for a minute. So PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds released just before the winter sale, and a lot of people were excited about it going on sale. But unfortunately, it didn't go on sale and it's available for the full price of 999 rupees. Also, another game that I was really excited about, Nier Automata, which is just this beautiful action RPG game developed by Platinum Games, and Platinum Games are known for their high octane action. Nier Automata blends in different genres by just moving the camera around, sometimes giving you a side scrolling action experience, sometimes a top down and at its core it's just a beautiful RPG game and it has this anime vibe to it, and I'm a huge anime fan, so it just appeals to me a lot. But sadly it's another game which has not gone on sale this winter sale. However, let's go ahead and talk about my picks for the many amazing games that have gone on sale.
Easy go.
Alright then guys, first up we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition. Now alternatively, Divinity Original Sin 2. This is an amazing RPG game which came out this year, but it's kind of expensive at 890 rupees and it's only 10% off. So that's not really much of a deal. And while we're talking about amazing deals this winter season, I really can't go with anything else but The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And this game is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous medieval fantasy RPG game with loads and loads of content. And that's only talking about the main base Witcher 3 game, but the one that I emphasize here is the Witcher 3 Violent Game of the Year edition, which includes the Blood and Wine expansion as well as the Hearts of Stone expansion. So that's just loads and loads of content. We're talking about hundreds of hours of beautiful, action packed Witcher 3 gameplay. And the story itself is very rich and deep, with a lot of decisions to be made, which impact the whole narrative and make slight changes to it and really change the whole experience. 60% off, only 399 rupees, guys. Now, if you're looking for a game with a rich narrative experience, then the game that I can highly recommend this winter sale is The Wolf Among Us. At 75% off, it's available for only 155 rupees. Now, it's a Telltale game, and the experience really changes with every play, with every decision you make. I've played a bunch of Telltale games, but The Wolf Among Us is easily my favorite Telltale game. Next up, talking about a bundle of games, the Valve Complete Pack. That's one that I can highly recommend this winter sale. Now, the games here are all first-person shooter games mostly. So many of the games here are dated and they're mostly multiplayer experiences. So you won't find servers on all of the games here, but the Half-Life series is a great single-player experience. Then you have the Portal series, which is also amazing puzzle platformer. Then you have the Left 4 Dead series again, which is also a great cooperative zombie shooter. And then you have Counter Strike series and the most recent one, Counter Strike Global Offensive. So it's a great bundle available for only 564 rupees at 92% off. So I can really highly recommend this during a sale. Now, if you're looking for a huge open world sandbox to just have loads of fun in, and my pick would be Just Cause 3, which is just absolute chaos. Loads and loads of fun to be had here. You can just go around and just blow stuff up. There's not much emphasis on the story. There is a story, but it's not much of a story really. So this game is really for the all the action, the shooting, and the explosions. Really, yeah, that's huge emphasis on the explosions part because yeah, there's just loads and loads of explosions, and this game is available at 85% off at 149 rupees. And you could also go with the Just Cause 3 XL, which includes the Air, Land, and Sea expansion pass, and that is again at 85% off, available for 211 rupees. And the DLC does add a lot more to the base game, but you don't really have to go for it. You can just go with the base game and have a lot of fun with it. Now, talking about a third person shooter, I can't really talk about anything else but Vanquish. 50% off, available for 100, only 332 rupees. Now, this is made by Platinum Games and they're known for their high octane action packed gameplay because it's really fast and it's really action packed. And the game is quite short, you can just complete it in 3 to 4 hours if you're a decent gamer. But there's really a lot of fun to be had, and it's only available for 332 rupees. So, also, alternatively, I can also recommend Bayonetta, which is again developed by Platinum Games. It is also available for the same price of 50% off, 332 rupees. It's very much different compared to Vanquish. It's totally different experience here. This is more of a hack and slash game, and Vanquish is more of a shooter game. So take your pick and go for whichever third person action game you think you would enjoy or prefer more. Now, for my stealth pick, I would go with Aragami, which is this beautiful, amazing stealth game. It's fairly linear and but the gameplay is really varied and this you're just this shadow ghost who has to just travel through the shadows and then make his way across the levels. Now, alternatively, I can also recommend Hitman Game of the Year edition for my stealth pick because uh, it's just an amazing sandbox for a stealth game, and a lot of controversy surrounded this game because of how Square Enix implemented the whole episodic shenanigans, But now that the Game of the Year edition is available, you have the whole bundle, all the episodes, they're all available to play. So here it is at 42%, 47% off. It's available for 1,427 bucks. It's a little pricey, but it does have the content to back that price up. Also, you have the free holiday pack available, so you can try this game out for free. See if it suits your playstyle. If you enjoy it, then you can. If you like it, you can maybe go for the whole Game of the Year edition. Now, for my first person shooter pick, I have a bunch of games here. I'm talking about the first person shooter single player experience. So, first up, we have Wolfenstein The New Order, which is just this beautiful action packed FPS game. And it's 50% off, available at 589 rupees. The story here is just brilliant. You'll really enjoy the campaign. Then next up, this is developed by Bethesda. Actually, all of the FPS games that I'm going to mention are developed by Bethesda. So the next one that I have is the sequel to this game, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, and that game came out recently, and it's also 50% off, available for 1,499 rupees. Now, what Bethesda has implemented with their recent games is really great. They're making a demo available for the game, so that's right here. Download the demo. You can download the demo and try it out. If you do enjoy it, then you can maybe go ahead and buy the full game. So then Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, we had Wolfenstein on your okay, so you do need to play Wolfenstein the new order and then jump into the new Colossus because if you directly jump into the new Colossus then you won't really get the story much. So I really recommend you play the first game and then jump into the second one. Also, my next and final pick for first person shooter would be Doom, which is available at 1,000 bucks, 50% off. Another Bethesda title, and this game is just loads and loads of action, just kicking alien ass, and there's not much emphasis on story here, and just gameplay, just kicking alien ass, jumping on. It looks beautiful while you're doing it. So Doom 50% off, available at 1,000 bucks. Now, Middle Earth Shadow of War is a great game, and it has a lot of content, but it had a lot of controversy surrounding it due to the whole microtransactions in a single player campaign game. So yeah, that was really weird, and that was just pushing things. And this year we had an abundance of the microtransactions controversy, and Middle Earth, they just made things worse with implementing it in a single player experience. But one that I can recommend is Shadow of Mordor, which is the predecessor to this game, and it's really an amazing game, and it has all the core elements that makes Shadow of War great. So for a great single player experience, third person perspective, definitely go with Shadow of Mordor. Also, the Nemesis system, Shadow of Mordor came up with the Nemesis system, and it is just brilliant. It also implements the Arkham Arkham style combat. So yeah, that is really fun with the sword, just cutting them orcs down to pieces. Next up in the survival horror genre, we have The Evil Within 2, which is another Bethesda title which came out fairly recently, and it's already 50% off, available at 1,499 rupees. An amazing game, uh, really good survival horror experience, and I can highly recommend this. Now, again, like with other recent Bethesda titles, you can download the demo and try it out for yourself, and then if you do enjoy it, you can then maybe consider buying the whole game. Also, another pick for the survival horror genre, I could recommend Resident Evil 7, which is another brilliant survival horror game. It came out much earlier this year in January, so it's kind of a bummer that it's only 20% off, available at 1,599 rupees. But it is an amazing game nonetheless. Now, no other superhero game has been implemented as well as the Arkham games. The Arkham games have just ran with the superhero formula. They've done such great justice to Batman, really, and Batman Arkham Knight, the latest installment to the Arkham series, and the final one. Now, it was the PC port for this was really terrible at first, but now after loads and loads of patches and about 2 years now, we have a great game for PC, the Batman Arkham Knight. It works well and it's beautiful and it's a great Arkham game. Still, it's 60% off, available at 760 rupees. But if you're not quite sold on Batman Arkham Knight, then maybe you could go for Arkham City, which is definitely the fan favorite Arkham series game. Arkham City Game of the Year edition, which is 75% off, available for 100, only 141 rupees. So it has all the core elements of Arkham Knight, minus the Batmobile, of course. Now, for all you anime fans out there, the only game that I can really recommend is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. It's a fighting game and it's just so beautifully implemented. The graphics, even they look so similar to the actual anime. But if you're not really an anime fan and you still want a decent fighting game, then Tekken 7 would be the way to go. It has a story mode which was really hyped up a lot, but it's not that amazing. Like the hype for the story was just crazy. But at its core, it's an amazing fighting game. So if you're looking for a great fighting game this holiday season, then Tekken 7 would be the way to go. 50% off, available at 494 rupees. Alternatively, you might also go for Injustice 2, which is a bit more pricey. It's 1,925 bucks, 30% off. But it came out fairly recently for PC, and it's another amazing fighting game. So if Tekken 7 is not for you, you might go with Injustice 2. Then another game that I really wanted to mention was Cuphead, which is just this beautiful game. It has such unique art style. It even won the game for art direction at the Game Awards this year. It just captures the 20s animation so beautifully, and it's a really challenging game. It's really hard. It's probably the most difficult game of the year. So if you're looking for a difficult and a beautiful experience, it's a platformer. And if you're looking for this sort of a game, then definitely go with Cuphead. It's only 50% off, but it's not that pricey, 480 bucks, and it's really worth that price. So definitely go with this one. Now, if 480 bucks is a little too much for you, and you're still looking for a challenging experience, then you might go for Hotline Miami, which is another brilliant game, really challenging, and it also has a nice pixelated art style to it. You might also go for the combo pack, which includes both Hotline Miami 1 as well as 2. And that is 75% off, available at 141 bucks. Or you might just go with the first game Hotline Miami or the second game, which are both 75% off. Now, if you're looking for a good multiplayer tactical FPS game, then Counter Strike Global Offensive, one of my favorite games. I have a, about 1,000 hours put into this game, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, 33% off, available at only 320 bucks. But if Counter Strike is really not your thing, then you might consider Insurgency, which is only 55 bucks, 85% off. This is really an amazing deal. And it's much more difficult than Counter Strike. It's quite different, really, and it's based on the same engine, the Source engine, which Counter Strike runs on. But you don't have much of a HUD here, and it's really atmospheric. You have to go with the sounds and the callouts, and it's much more challenging, and it's really more of a hardcore experience. So definitely check it out. I would even recommend Rainbow Six Siege, which is an amazing tactical shooter, and but it's 40% off, available at 329 bucks. I've seen better deals on it. I've seen 50 and even 60% off. So you might go for it right now, but you could still wait, and then you could wait for a better deal. It often goes on sale for 50% and 60% off. This winter sale it's only 40% off. So you could still go for it. 329 bucks for the starter edition, or 1,499 bucks for the base edition, or you might wait for a better deal. Then another game that I can highly recommend is Rocket League. I play this all the time. It's really addictive, and the the developers they've just mashed up soccer and cars so brilliantly. It just works somehow, and it's a lot of fun. It has a tough learning curve, but the basics are really easy to learn, and then you can just have a lot of fun with it. Even if you suck at it, it's not bad. You still have fun. Then there's a great deal available for Grand Theft Auto 5, 60% off, knocking it down to 1,174 bucks. Now the single player experience here is pretty big and it's fun, but the main highlight here would be the online experience, which is just absolutely vast, and the developers keep adding more to it. So Grand Theft Auto 60% off, available for 100 and 1,174 bucks, guys. Now I don't play many racing games, but the one that I can recommend would be Dirt Rally, which is just a fan favorite dirt game or even a rally game. Is just amazing, and it's quite punishing, and it's also beautiful. It's an amazing game. If you're looking for a hardcore racing experience, then definitely go with Dirt Rally. Now, finally, talking about some simulation games for an army simulation for Arma 3, hands down best army simulation. You can just do about anything they do in the army here. For a more pleasing, just a chill simulation experience, we have Euro Truck Simulator 2, which might not look like much, but when you're actually playing it, it's really the experience is really soothing, and you can just relax, sit back, and play this for a while and really feel good about it. Not much happening. You're just cruising around the whole country, the city. It's 75% off, available at 241 rupees. Then another great simulation experience would be City Skylines, which is this huge city to build and then manage. And there's a lot to do here. Creatively speaking, is you could enjoy this game a lot. 75% off again, 182 rupees. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Those were my picks for this year's winter sale. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found some game that you like and you might want to get this year. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a noisy day.